morning everyone, Tom here from TechNexus, and thanks for joining me on the second last video of this week for InfraWorks. We've gone through creating our concepts with road and bridges, and now we're sort of at that point in the model where we might want to analyze some of the drainage, maybe look at watersheds and size them, look at the performance of it. So on this sort of blue-green icon here within InfraWorks, we have the three options for analysis, design, and reviewing them. I think earlier in the week I went through the terrain theme, so we can just basically give the model properties depending on things like elevation. So you can see this one comes up, so it's quite high here in the red, and then as we drop down in the elevations, the model will apply those properties to it. We can create a watershed, so just going through that is quite easy. I can click on create watershed. It will tell you that it needs an internet connection and an Autodesk account, so I just click OK. You hit a point in the model. So again, this might be some point that you know that you need to. And then down the bottom it says press enter or start analysis or escape to cancel. So I'm just going to click escape just because it uploads it to the web. But this is ultimately the result that you'll get also. So I put a point down here, and here is the watershed for that point. So you can see it's quite large, and then again, I guess depending on your needs and requirements, you can go through and look at some of the geometry and the properties of all of that, and then look at the hydrology data for that. I don't claim to be a drainage engineer, so again, this is probably a little bit above my over my head, but again, if anyone watching, if this is of something of interest, then you do have these options here within InfraWorks. So just going back to our road over here, I can look at the performance of the drainage network, but I don't, because I don't have one in here. I think we should put one in first. So I click on the middle button here to design drainage, and then I can create a drainage network. I can put in culverts, other rivers and water and that kind of stuff. So to start off, I won't bother about coverage or land areas because we've done them before, but I can come in down here and I'll pick this sort of smaller part of the model, and then I can just bring in a culvert, and then what that is going to do, it's going to place the culvert there in the model, and then it's going to give me some values. And again, I think because of my background, I don't know enough on drainage. You can see some of the values here. So the elevations and any velocity and outlet controls there as well. And again, over here, like, you do have some options to look at, to review. We can create a report. Okay. So again, for the drainage engineers watching this video, this might make a little bit more sense to you as well. Okay, so when it is placed, you do get some options for the attributes, and as well there is different sort of shapes. Here is our square edge, groove end, and groove end projecting. So that's the culverts, and then placing in a drainage network. So depending on the inlet and the manholes and obviously any of the other values in here, we can just start clicking within the model here. So I'll just put in maybe a handful of drains in here. And then when that is finished, you can see we got the drains there on the road. But then if I look underneath the model, we've got all of the other options in here as well. So I can look at some of these inlets, and then we do have different obviously values for that as well, and plus any of the geometry, slope values, any tributary values in there as well. So again, if you're looking to size something up quickly, not necessarily discounting Civil 3D, but this might be just a quick and easy graphical way to do things, and to check your drainage in there as well. There is the infrastructure parts editor. I unfortunately don't have a subscription to Inventor, so I can't really dive into that too deeply, but I'm sure you'll find some videos of that online where you can make up your own parts for InfraWorks as well. And then lastly, we still have the surface layers, the point-to-point distance, path distance, and terrain statistics. So there is, this is nothing new that hasn't been shown in the other icons there as well, but we can get some length and some areas in there as well. Okay, so hopefully that has opened up your eyes about drainage inside InfraWorks, and hopefully it will help you on your project. Thumbs up if you liked the video, thumbs down if you didn't. Please do subscribe to the channel and click on the bell icon to get daily notifications of all of my videos, and I will see you tomorrow for some animations and some pretty pictures out of InfraWorks, and I'll talk to you then. See ya.